Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. In this video, we're going to be talking about a new addition that came with 9.2, and that is the 8 new optional reagents that we have to attach to our crafted gear. Now, this video is going to be kind of 3 different sections. First of all, we're going to be talking about exactly what they are and why they are useful. Then we're going to be going over some profits and exactly how to sell them. And then lastly, we're also going to go over how to actually obtain the recipes if you haven't already. So hopefully this video will give you a little bit more info about these new items, how much profit you can actually make, and hopefully you can make some gold with them yourself if you haven't tried yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy, and as always, if you do enjoy my content, it would be really awesome if you like and even subscribe if you want to see more. But without further ado, here is the first part of the video. So getting started, I want to showcase exactly what these optional reagents are. And if we open TSM, I have already made kind of a group right here with the 4 professions which we'll be covering. There are 2 in each profession, and you have these 8 optional reagents right here. So if you guys are unfamiliar with these, this is a new system in 9.2, where basically, if you are crafting any of the new armor, for example, the Shadowlands tunic, you have the ability to add an enhancement, aka one of these, and you can just select that, choose what you want, and it grants a specific ability. For example, if we want to look at the Cosmic Proto-Weave, it increases avoidance and sometimes heals when taking damage, and it's just a proccable, kind of buff to that item, which makes that item, a lot more useful. So the big ones I want to mention is this one. Actually, the avoidance is really good for tanks. So putting this on gear for, tanks, which is a lot of the plate wearers, this can be very, very useful. We have the Pure Sail extensions, which increases speed and then also increases ground mount speed while in Shadowlands. So this is a great one for farmers at the moment. Also, this is a great one to attach to rings because a lot of PvPers are using the rings that has this reagent on it, because if you're playing the game mode that is capturing the flags, it can be very beneficial if you have speed on your character. But just going through these, we have the alchemy ones, which is the corpse purification, as well as the armor polish. For enchanting, we have the cosmetic proto-weave, as well as the autonoma core. For engineering, we have the Genesis Matrix, as well as the Sail extensions, which actually, there's a running joke in the gold making community how engineering is practically useless in terms of Shadowlands. However, this is definitely a very nice add-on that's been added to the list and definitely buffs engineering because this is one of the best crafting reagents. Then lastly, we have the joy crafting ones, which are probably the most popular at the moment. We have the harmonizing and the devour essence stone. So you probably will be able to see the timestamps like in the timeline. However, we'll be going over exactly how to get these a little bit later, but now I just want to show you the profit breakdown. Now, disclaimer right here, your profit is going to look different on every single server. Also, keep in mind, I'm on a medium pop server and has only been selling these for about 3 days, which is, a lot different than the 2 weeks that we've had. So my sales might look a lot worse than yours if you've been selling it for a lot of time, or if you're on a full to high pop, you probably have a lot more sales. But this should hopefully give you a realistic view for a medium pop, or maybe if you're just not doing as much cancel scanning on a full pop. But looking into the current mailbox right now, just scrolling through right at the top, we have a proto-weave, which I will loot. We have a harmonizing stone. We have another harmonizing stone. We have a core. Looking through, I believe that might be it. Yes. So for today's mailbox, which was about this afternoon till now, we were able to sell, I believe that was 4 of them. And if we just look into the TSM ledger, as you can see, if we look at the TSM ledger, I have been selling these items for about 3 days. The first one I ever sold was 3 days and 9 hours ago, and I've sold 24 for 94,000 gold. Now, 94,000 for, 4 different items, because also keep in mind, I only have 4 out of the 8 reagents, so you possibly could double this, if you have everything unlocked. Currently, I only have Enchanting and Joy Crafting, so I'm only selling the 2 stones, the Proto Weave, as well as the Core. But, like I said, in 3 days, we've been able to sell 24 items, which is actually, really, really good. That's about 8 items a day, which I will happily take. And as always, you can look and kind of see, as time has gone on, the profit has definitely dropped. Now, because of that, it's just more people are getting into the market. The prices of the overall items, like the raw materials, are getting cheaper because more people are farming. But the profit margins on these items are absolutely amazing. If we want to take a look at the current profit margin, if we first look at the Devourer Essence Stone, as you can see, my crafting cost is actually only about 400 gold. Now, the reason for that is because I was able to pick up a ton as in 2,000 Progenium ore for 35 gold. So I know that is very cheap. For some reason, it just showed up on my server. But even if this, was 800 gold in terms of crafting cost, you're still making a very nice profit. For example, we can just go with an even 500, just in case, let's say you have a little bit of a higher crafting cost, and that is still doubling your money. At the start, you can see we've been selling these for like 8,000, so that is huge profit at the start, and even now, the last one we sold, I believe, was for 1,600, so that's still, over 900 gold profit, and at the current min buyout, that's about, 350 gold, and you're getting almost 900 gold out of it. So the profit margin is very high. To look at the next one, yet again, it's kind of that same scenario. My crafting cost is very low at the 300 gold mark. Yet again, that is just for the cheap Progenium ore that I have, but selling these for 13,000 or 1,300, and at the start I was selling them even higher in the 8,000s and 6,000s, so that is super awesome. Crafting cost is around, 500 to 800 gold, and you're still making a solid 500 gold profit, which is a very high margin. Now, the enchanting ones have been doing very well for me. Right here, as you can see, it cost me about 1,000 gold, with the current market value of materials to craft the Autonoma Core, and I'm making 3,000 gold per item. Just off of that, as you can see, we have sold 8 of these, so I have made 24,000 gold profit just off of selling 8 of these items. And you can look and see that 3 hours ago, I was still selling it for this profit. So that is super awesome. Then lastly, we do have the Proto Weave, which I actually did not start selling until about a day ago. I have sold 3 of these only. However, I'm making about 2,500 gold profit per each one. So about over doubling my gold investment. So right off the bat right there, that's, a little over 10,000 gold profit, or around 10,000 gold profit just on selling those Proto Weaves. So right off the bat, of course, 94,000 doesn't seem like a ton. However, most of that is profit, which is very nice. And also, you do have to keep in mind, this is honestly a day's worth of sales. If we get rid of these 3 items right there, or 4 sales right there, all of this was from basically a day and a half ago. So if you think about it, as time goes on, it should be very, very awesome to sell. Also, another great way to do this is if you sell the Crafter's Marks gear, which, if you haven't, I highly recommend. My previous video talks about them. But if you do sell the 262 gear, you can actually just slot these into that gear itself. I talked about these speed rings being very, very useful. So, like I said, if you guys have the speed ability, then, or the, optional reagent, attach those to your 262 rings, sell them on the auction house for 10k more or 15k more than the normal 262 ring, and you have just brought in 15k extra gold worth of profit. So that is why people are buying these. People are buying these to slot into their crafted gear to either use for themselves or to sell right back on the auction house. So this is a great way to make gold, and I hope this gives you a little bit of insight into what exactly I'm selling and how much I'm selling. And now we're going to go into exactly how to get these items. So the first ones we have are the jewelry crafting ones, and we have the Devourer Essence Stone as well as the Harmonizing Stone. And both of these are rare drops, the Devourer Stone coming from the Engulfer, and the Harmonizing Stone dropping from Telthos, or Tethos. I'm probably going to butcher all of these pronunciations, so I apologize in advance. But both of these are rare drops from these rares, around the 10% mark. Honestly, all of these are around the 10% mark, and given, maybe 8 to 12%. But, just go and kill this rare a few times, and you're destined to get the recipe. Moving on, we have Enchanting, which actually is surprisingly easy. We have the Cosmic Proto-Weave, which is yet again a rare drop from Serranos, and then the Autonoma Core is actually just purchased from the vendor outside of the ciphers of the first one. So you have to complete that one side quest line for the ciphers of the first one, and then you can purchase this recipe for 25 ciphers at Oleya Manu, something like that. You can purchase from them. Then Engineering, yet again, all of these are going to be rare drops. We have the Sail extension, which drops from 2 rares. Not going to try to pronounce them, the name is on screen. And then lastly, we do have the Genesis Matrix, which drops from the stabilized or the destabilized core. Then lastly, we have Alchemy, which we have the Sustaining Armor Polish that drops from the Feastling or Zatogen, something like that. Then we have the Corpse Purification that drops from Zyrath or something like that, yet again another rare. So basically everything on this list besides one of the Engineering all come from rares. So all you have to do is go to that rare, maybe kill it a few times if you're a little bit unlucky, and then hopefully you'll get that pattern. Honestly, it's pretty simple to do. I was able to get most of mine first try. Most of mine in terms of the 3 that I have, plus the one that I purchased from the vendor. So honestly, it's pretty simple. These are going to be useful for the whole expansion, especially when people are going to be, wanting to farm and they want their speed boost, stuff like that. I highly recommend looking into these markets, whether you attach them to your own crafted gear or you just sell them strictly to other crafters on the auction house. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this gives you a little bit more information about these items and if they are truly worth selling. But good luck to all of you in 9.2. This is NA reset day whenever you're watching this video, so good luck to all of you for the people who are doing legendaries, and as always, have a good day.